Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello sir, my name is Sinta Deviana. I'm from 556 class of your subject Discourse Analysis. I chose the material from Mid 7. It's about a conversation analysis. And in this opportunity, I would like to presentation about my mind mapping. And here's my mind mapping. First of all, I want to explain about the conversation. The definition of conversation. The conversation is an activity in which one person talks and another listens. In conversation, the speaker has a system to determine when one person turns is finished and the next person turns begin. In definition, it's also a purpose. Purpose of conversation is actually for obtaining, surfacing, or conveying information or understanding of fact, process, or conduct. And the next one is conversation analysis. This is what we want to discuss in my mind mapping. First, I want to explain about the definition of conversation analysis. Conversation analysis and our approach to analysis of spoken discourse that look at the way in which people manage their everyday conversational interaction. And in definition, in conversation analysis, it also have an issue of conversation analysis. It's about the view of ordinary conversation as the most basic form of the talk, and how to do the analysis, how to do the conversation analysis, how we have to do when we want to analyze conversation analysis. First, we have to weigh for analysis in conversation analysis. First, there's we need to transcription convention. Transcription convention. And what is that? It is a design to provide vocal information and prosodic detail such as a silent, intonation, sound prolongation, emphasis, and etc. For a reader's visual and prediction, and thus to preserve a sense of original interaction as it actual and naturally. And the second one, we need to also sequence and structure in conversation when we want to analyze the conversation. In this way, we divided to 4 parts. There is a opening conversation, closing conversation, turn talking, and adjusting pairs. First, I want to explain opening conversation. Opening conversation, usually we need to identify the fourth of canonical sequence in the opening. First, a summon or answer sequence, or the telephone rings. The first response is uttered by the answer. Second, an identification or recognition sequence, each party identifying self and displaying recognition of the others. Third, a greeting sequence or an exchange of greeting tokens. And fourth, a how are you sequence or a pair of pairs in which each participant pose an initial inquiry. That is a opening of conversation. And next one is closing conversation. In closing conversation, the discussion of telephone closing point out that the telephone closing usually go over four turn of talk made up of pre-closing and closing move. The pre-closing is often made up of two turn unit consisting of items such as okay and alright with the following intonation. The closing is made up of two further unit such as a bye, bye-bye, and goodbye. And there's another analysis. It's turn talking. In the turn talking, the analysis carried out is how people take a minute and manage turn-in conversation interaction. And this may be through the combination of syntaxis unit, or it may be through the use of a falling intonation. Then the pausing, we may also end a unit with a signal such as or anyway, etc. And etc. With the signal, the end of the turn may also be signaled through eye contact, body position and movement, and the voice pitch. Okay, that is a turn talking explanation. And I want to explain too about the adjacent pairs. It's okay way in which a meaning are communicated and interpreted in conversation. Adjacent pairs are unarranged product by two successive speakers in a way that the second unarranges identify as relate to the first one as the expect follow-up to that the utterance. And in agency pairs, there is another of not another sorry. There is a part of agency pairs is agency pairs across culture. What is that? It is important to point out that the expect follow-up to a person's speech that is taken for granted in everyday life in one culture may be very different in others. Okay, sir, maybe that's all about the presentation of me. I want to say sorry if my presentation not good, but I hope you see my presentation and give me a good scores. Thank you, sir. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.